Hi Wealthy fam, it's Danny. Long time no see, I know. If you don't follow me on Instagram, then you're probably like, that girl fell off the face of the earth. And I sort of did, but I'm back now. And this video will be me answering your questions that you sent in via Instagram through the sticker little option. And so let's get into it. Okay, so the most popular question was, where have I been and how am I doing? So I guess that's two questions. Well, first I'll just answer the how I've been doing. I've been doing well as I can be due to the circumstances. If you're new here or if you haven't been on social, I am divorced. I am no longer married, and that process has been like a year, almost 2 years in the making. So of course I waited until I felt comfortable sharing that. But yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with, or I dealt with over the past year and a half or so. And then I decided to take a social media break, well, an entire blog, everything break in early March. And that was just because I felt like, all of last year, of course, I didn't say anything about my marriage coming to an end. So I was holding that in, still trying to pour into other people, still trying to be Danny, put my best foot forward. But a little bit about me is that being fake is super uncomfortable for me. It's draining. And so once I finally let it out in January, I had just started a new job. I had just moved for the first time. I'm living on my own in almost a decade. I moved to the Bay Area, had never lived down there. So all of those things were happening. And then here comes COVID-19. It was just too much. It was too much. I could no longer pour into other people when I really didn't have anyone pouring into me. I didn't have the support. I moved on my own. I got my divorce home. Like I did everything by myself. And so once the lockdown came in California, it was I believe the second week in March. My job actually had closed down the week before. I just knew that it was time for me to step away and take care of myself. And so that's what I did. Yeah, so over the past 6 or 7 months that I've been MIA from social media and my blog, I've just been loving on myself, doing whatever I want to do, and not feeling the pressure of having to not only show up for myself, but show up for thousands of other people. And so that's what I've been doing. So now I want to dive in a little bit more into all of the changes that I've had to endure, not only during lockdown, but the past year and a half. I already mentioned the reason why all these changes happened. So in March, I was living in my super tiny Oakland apartment. I got that apartment, you guys, because I wanted to be super close to the ferry. I don't like the BART. I'm already a germaphobe pre-pandemic. So I wanted to be near the ferry so I can get to work easier than when I was living in Sacramento, which was taking 6 hours a day. So I was in my little tiny apartment. It faced a wall. It only got maybe 30 to 45 minutes of light a day, and it wasn't direct light. It was like this little space in between my apartment and the wall that it faced. And as soon as the sun is up there, I got that light, and then that was it. So The first month, I felt super drained. I never intended on living and being in my apartment 24 hours a day. I envisioned this awesome life of happy hours and parties and just being out mingling and just living my life. So that started to weigh on me mentally. And so I needed to figure out what I was going to do. So I just kept holding on. I was trying my best not to let that depress me even more. I've also talked about, my bouts with depression and anxiety. And so this just made it worse. I was literally in a small space. I couldn't move. Like it was too much. So as soon as my office updated their return to work policy and said that we weren't going back until July of 2021, I said, all right, I will see y'all later. And I broke my lease. It cost a lot of money. And I moved my ass right back to Sacramento. And so that's what I did. While I was moving back to Sacramento, my house is also on the market. It initially was going to go on the market in March. It didn't go back on the market until I think late April, the beginning of May. It didn't sell until the end of May. Thank goodness it sold because it was still the height of Rona. I mean, it's still the height of Rona. We didn't beat the curve or flatten the curve or whatever the heck they said that we needed to do. So I was going through that whole home buying process. It was super stressful. I was crying all the doggone time. And so that happened. So as soon as we closed on the house, the guy moved in like the day after. So we had to clean up all of that. I had to get all the rest of my crap. And then I was moving back up here into my apartment within less than a week. So I was trying to do all of that, trying to get all my life together. And then of course, still, I'm new on this job, trying to be my best at my job. That was basically it. Lots of stuff. So the next question is, how's work life and my finances? And I've told you, work is great, work is work. I'm thankful to have my job still and be with a company that is actually doing good work, especially when it comes to supporting those who lost their job or had significant cuts in income. So I've been able to exert all of my energy into that, which I absolutely love. My finances, like I said, my net worth got cut in half, of course, when I split up. And then I'm now responsible for all of my bills instead of having to split those. And so that just took a learning curve. And then the amounts of money that it takes to move once and then to move again, the cost of selling a house, all those things really add up. But I am so thankful to say that financially, I've never been better. I really do believe that each and every test that I've endured, not only this past year and a half, but my entire life, has prepared me for what I've had to endure now. And so I'm thankful. Everything's peachy. I'm still budgeting. I am still, if you hear my neighbors, don't mind them. I'm in an apartment now. But we'll get to that. I'm still budgeting. I'm still counting my coins. I am still on the path as intensely as I was. Some days, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm just tired and I'm like, hey, I live extremely below my means. If I don't put this receipt in my phone for a week, I'll be okay. Like, I know I'm not gonna outspend myself. Like, that's just not who I am. So yeah, work is good, finances are good. So along the lines of that last question, this current question is about if I'll be saving to buy real estate again. And just last week, I made a decision about this, and the answer currently is no. And I'm going to explain why. One, I have no idea what is going on with 2020, with life, with anything. And I don't even know where I will be, who I will become, and I don't want to tie myself down to a house, especially since I'm by myself. I have no family out here. There's really no reason to do that. So no, I decided not to save for a house, and so I am just investing all of my extra money, and I like it that way. Next question. How have I been able to maintain my frugal lifestyle? Great question. And okay, I don't want to be like, but I've really always been frugal. Whether I had the money in order to be frugal is a whole different question, but I've always just naturally been frugal, just saving my little coins for a rainy day. And that just comes from me growing up where there was never really enough, and so I just save everything that I get as much as I can. I still love my Dollar Tree, my 99-cent store, my Target, the clearance, of course, Costco. I'm always shopping for a bargain. If it is the cheapest cost, I am going to try and take advantage of it. I still love my Ebates and all of those things. So I just, in order to not affect my frugal lifestyle, I've just avoided lifestyle creep. Just because my salary has increased by 1,000% doesn't mean that I need to increase my spending. So that's how. Just finding a bargain. I don't know why I sung that. Oh my gosh. All right. Next question. How do I decompress? I am still learning that. For so long, I've just been fighting and fighting and fighting and begging and pleading and hoping and wishing, just go, 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 go. And that is not sustainable. And I feel like this year was really needed for me to just chill out, to just sit down and chill out. And of course, it's also been hard, but I've gotten back into taking bubble baths. I take showers after because I just told you I'm like a clean freak / germaphobe. So I love my bubble baths. I have my Epsom salts. I have my shea butter bubble bath. It's the kids version, but it smells great. I have my candles, my incense. I bought some incense from Sprouts, the grocery store. Oh, and I became a plant mom. I have tons of plants, but the camera's over there and I'm over here. Solo dolo. But this is one of my dramatic plants. She like falls down when she's thirsty, and then she stands up like this when she's happy. I just got this one like a week ago. It's naked because I haven't been to IKEA to get another pot. But yeah, I just doing little things that bring me joy. Ice cream brings me joy, so I always have ice cream in the freezer. So yeah, if I was to give advice about chilling out, it's just fine. Give yourself, like, just build it up. Give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Just start increasing that time. It's like, hey, this is my me time. We give our time to everyone else, our job, our kids, our partners, everyone in our lives. We deserve to give ourselves a little bit of time. So I hope that helped. Okay. So the next question, how's dating life? Really, you guys? Really? When? Where? How? In Rona times? Like how? Yeah, that's my answer. I don't know. I do not know. I thought it would be cute to go on a little dating site. Actually, it's terrifying. It's not cute. Mind you, I got married at 21, almost 22 years old. I am now 30. it's a whole different ball game. I can no longer meet people in school at the chow hall like before. So I'm just gonna have to pray about it, and once the world opens up, hopefully I can not be so awkward and not so scary and afraid of online dating and strangers and, again, germs. So yeah, that's how it's going. Solo dolo. Oh my gosh. So this next question, I thought it was super interesting because I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What is the reason behind the glow up? I don't know. Like, I don't know how to answer that. Was I supposed to just sit and be sad and upset and hurt forever? No. You know, you shed a few tears and you move on, hun. You move on, you glow up, you grow up, and you move on. I feel like I deserve this time. I deserve to sit here and get dressed up just to sit and talk to you guys. I'm not doing anything else. Like, I'm going to love on myself as much as I've wanted other people to love on me. And that is what I identified when I was doing my healing. And so I'm giving myself that love. And if it comes off as a glow up, then okay. Like, I love it. I want to glow up. I want you to glow up. And there's no reason. It's just progression. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay. So the last question is, what am I most excited about? I'm not gonna cry. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I'm a planner, and the past few years of my life has shown me that no matter how hard you plan, no matter how hard you try, sometimes things just don't work out the way that they're supposed to. And I'm realizing that my ability to not have control and to just be okay with being okay and letting life go as it pleases is healthy for me. It's healthier than what I was doing before. Like, I would just try and will everything into existence, like, oh, like, please happen for me. And as soon as I just let go, I still do the work. Not saying just be laying on the floor and not doing nothing all day, but letting go of that pressure to have everything work out. If I do the work and it's meant for me, then it's going to work out. Like, I did my part, and that is what I'm starting to understand. So what am I most excited about? I'm most excited about just continuing to learn more about myself and the world, hopefully continuing to do good here with Pennies to Wealth, being more consistent with content across all of the different platforms, and just being like an inspiration, not only to others, but to myself. I inspire myself every day. I surprise myself. That's what I actually meant. I surprise myself every day with how strong I am, how strong I'm becoming. There's really no limit. And if I want to do something, I'm just going to put my mind to it and then let it go from there. So that's all that I can hope for. All right, you guys, so I did receive questions specifically about paying off debt, more in-depth questions about budgeting, and I will be creating separate videos for that, but I did want to get out this video answering your questions just about what I'm up to, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling. So I hope this helped you, and I will see you later. Bye, y'all.